A relic becomes leverage, a brother becomes a rival, and a river decides a throne. Would you dive into the dark after your sultan, or seize the palace while he's gone? Tonight, the arc is the bargaining chip, saber, patient resolve, is the weapon, and unity, Ittihad, unity, is the price. Welcome to the StoryBot Epic History Cinematic Analysis. If strategy maps, leadership lessons, and craft breakdowns are your thing, tap subscribe so you never miss a drop. Season 2 has been building two pressures at once: external crusader moves and an internal contest for legitimacy. Episode 18 asks a brutal question. When a symbol like the Ahit Sandu, the Ark, tilts the board, do you grab power fast, or hold the state together long enough to survive? We open with Avram in control of the Ark. He isn't just hoarding a relic, he's weaponizing a legend. He orders Sultan Nuruddin killed, betting that chaos in Damascus will crack the realm. On the road, Gregor strikes like lightning. In the melee, Nuruddin is gravely wounded and plunges into the river. There's no body, only fear. Rumor races ahead of truth. Salahuddin, wounded himself, dives after his sultan. He survives and turns the camp from panic to action. Search and secure along the river, signal relays and runners in the night, prayer, dua, supplication, first, orders second. At court, the vacuum pulls hard. Melik Mevdud reads absence as death and moves to claim the throne in the name of Nizam, order. Doors close on Salahuddin-aligned figures, Shirkuh, Isfahani, Melike, as Mevdud narrows the circle. Meanwhile, with the Ark in his hands and succession in play, Avram's leverage spikes. Trade the relic for advantage, trade fear for concessions, pressure politics, relic addition, steel wins battles, suspicion topples states. Which one is deadlier tonight? Let's break the strategy in 90 seconds. Front 1, search under contact. Salahuddin doesn't gamble on a single heroic rescue. He builds probability, overlapping patrols, rendezvous points, and night signals. That turns panic into method. Front 2, succession containment. Mevdud's impulse, move fast, centralize, can stabilize in the short term, but purges shrink information bandwidth. In crisis, fewer voices mean higher error risk. Front 3, arc leverage. Avram converts belief into bargaining power. If Damascus trades principles for quick fixes, strategy concedes tempo to symbolism. The smarter play is to restore legitimacy first, then deny the bargain. If this strategy lens helps clarify the chaos, tap like so more fans of historical epics find it. Episode 18 is leadership under shock. Salahuddin practices saber, patient resolve, not passivity. He names the mission precisely. We search, we confirm, we hold the line. So language doesn't ignite a civil war of rumors. Let's talk Shura council. At the palace, Shura thins. Fear narrows the room and amplifies certainty. Mevdud's speed buys momentum but risks legitimacy debt. The kind of debt that comes due when truth returns through the door. Speed without counsel or counsel without unity. What would you risk? Tell me your answer. The sharpest take gets pinned. Now the filmmaking craft that sells this crisis. Cinematography draws the fault line. Along the river we feel open, damp blues, the color of uncertainty. In the palace we get low, raking light and crowded frames, the architecture of intrigue. Doorways close mid-shot, faces sit half in shadow. Visually, the coalition is shrinking. Listen to the score. Drums drive the ambush and the clampdown. Strings settle when Salahuddin recenters the camp. You can hear the thesis: courage is noise without unity. Unity is power when disciplined. Even the editing follows strategic grammar: prayer, plan, patrol, intention, implementation, iteration. The hour feels kinetic without a grand set-piece battle because the cuts move from belief to action to consequence. Props and iconography carry weight. The ark is lifted like an amanat, a sacred trust. Torchlight and river spray make loyalty tactile. You feel the cold Salahuddin chooses when he dives. As a bridge from episode 17, the arc shifts from volatility to political leverage. The river turns a military strike into a succession crisis. Looking to episode 19, two paths emerge. Recovery pivot. Proof that Nuruddin lives collides with Mevdud's claim. Legitimacy versus momentum, counsel versus decree. Bargain. Pivot. Avram floats an exchange, arc for a hostage or safe conduct, forcing a choice between symbol and sovereign. Two futures split here. Which one do you see? Tonight shows why kingdoms are won with discipline as much as steel. If this breakdown clarified the episode for you, tap like. It tells YouTube to share it with more fans of historical epics. Subscribe to the StoryBot for weekly, respectful deep dives, strategy maps, leadership takeaways, and cinematic craft. And weigh in on the dilemma. Do you secure legitimacy by finding Nuruddin first, or break Avram's leverage by neutralizing the arc? Comment 1. Find Nuruddin, or 2. Neutralize the arc, plus your reasoning. I'll pin the sharpest strategic answer and shout you out next episode. While you're here, continue the journey. Watch The Road to the River and queue up the Season 2 Episode 19 preview. Two Paths to a Crown. I am the StoryBot, Sabr, Patient Resolve, and Smart Maps.